Hello, my name is Marcy. Thank you so much for being here. I am a registered dietitian and this is my first video blog. So if you are new to my website and to my blog, welcome. And if you have been here before, thank you for coming back. In 2015, I made a goal of doing more with online video. So here I am with my very first video blog. And I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about. And I was thinking about actually my favorite new product that I found this year. I was shopping the aisles of Whole Foods, which is always dangerous in terms of my finances and my budget. And I stumbled upon these crackers that maybe you have seen before, but I hadn't seen them or heard from them. And I will say I am receiving no money. I'm receiving no free product for advertising this product. Really, I just tried it the other day and thought it was fabulous and thought I would share it with you. If you look back into some of the blog posts that I've written in the past, I've done this kind of thing where I talk about a product showcase, which is showcasing a product that I think is fabulous. And I've done a product no case, basically products that are on the shelves that I think are total crap. So you can go back and read some of my old posts. But for today, I wanted to do a product showcase for, wait for it, Mary's Gone Crackers. It is a cracker that I think is absolutely first and foremost delicious, because one thing you should know about me is that I don't like to eat food that I don't think is totally delicious. I'm a foodie at heart, and so it's important that the food I eat tastes really yummy. And then the bonus is that these crackers are packed with nutrition. I love them because the crackers are whole grain based, but also are loaded with a bunch of nuts and seeds. What that means is that it's packed with nutrition, but not just whole grain nutrition, but also healthy fats and healthy protein, which means it's a really nicely balanced snack. I've been loving eating these crackers with cheese and with nut butters and with fruit, and I find that it's just like the perfect thing in the afternoon when I need a snack to last me a couple of hours, because I know I'm not going to be eating dinner for a while. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is some research that came out almost a year ago, actually. It was earlier in 2014. I think it was in March in the Annals of Internal Medicine. It's this really important piece of research. You probably heard it advertised somehow in some sort of social media outlet, because what the research was looking at is really, what do we know in terms of eating fat and how does that affect our risk for cardiovascular health? So back in the 90s, you remember, we became totally fat phobic. It was like the era of the snack wells, horrible, disgusting snack food. And everybody was binging on low fat. And now most of us know that it was terrible information, that actually having fat in our diet is really important. So the amazing thing is this study was a meta-analysis, and I love meta-analyses because they do all of the work for you. Essentially, these researchers took a look at 72 studies to find out essentially, what do we really know about recommending and prescribing nutritional intake, particularly fat, and how does that affect our risk for heart health? And what these studies actually showed us is that what's been recommended to us over the past 15 to 20 years really isn't all that accurate. That we don't really need to be freaked out about saturated fat like we thought we did. So if you love to spread butter on your toast, no worries. You are not going to be headed for a future heart attack. That actually we don't need to be nearly as cautious around saturated fat as we thought we did. And we also discovered that monounsaturated fat seems to be a positive marker for preventing a problem with your heart later on down the line. Some of you may be younger, or you're not really thinking about your heart health, but I just want to remind you that this research was really focused on fat intake and cardiovascular health. So one of the things that I want you to keep in mind, because I know some of you who are listening to this are still kind of nervous about including fat in your diet, is that it's not just important for heart health, it's actually important for your brain. So you maybe don't know this, but your brain is 60% fat. And what we have learned is that in order to keep our brain functioning really well, is that it needs those essential fatty acids. And they're called essential for a reason, because our body actually can't make the types of fats that are really good for our brain. That's why we call them essential. So those are like our omega-3s. So those are the nuts and the seeds, hence the Mary's crackers, and why I'm talking about them today in the context of eating a healthy diet that consists of fat, and things like avocado and fatty fish like salmon and tuna, and those are some of the sources, healthy oils, olive oils, coconut oil, things like that, that are going to be important for the way that our brain works. So one of the things that I want you to hold in mind is that if you aren't getting enough of those healthy fats, you're actually at risk for having more anxiety. You're actually at risk for developing depression, or being more vulnerable to developing depression. And it's really important for mood regulation. So there's been some fascinating studies on managing things like anger, and that people just do better managing their mood when they have healthy fat in their diet. So hopefully these are some reasons enough to be having meals and snacks that have those healthy fats that I mentioned. Mary's Gone Crackers is one of many ways to do that, and I happen to think it's a pretty delicious way to do it. Another thing to keep in mind is that getting enough fat in your diet is really important for healthy hair, skin, and nails. So we're in the middle of winter in Boston. The weather is very, very cold, and I'm noticing the impact it's having on my own hair, skin, and nails. So I'm using that coconut oil on my skin, but also thinking about what you put into your body actually affects the health of your cells, your healthy cells. So wanting to include those nutritious fats on a regular basis is going to be important for your body, both inside and out. So I hope you have enjoyed my first video blog. I hope it's been informative, and hope you find some helpful ideas, kind of scanning my website for recipes and snacking ideas for incorporating balanced, healthy nutrition. Thanks for joining.